Well, hello, bonjour, or konnichiwa, or hola, and yeah, he's driving way too slow. Anyway, that's a kind of a bit of a weird intro, as I'm saying hello to all of my viewers in different languages. So I thought I would search something different. But anyway, Alex here. It's just before rush hour here in downtown Toronto, Ontario, at the intersection of Bloor Street East and Church Street. I just grabbed a quick snack from Timmy's over there. And then I finally got to go inside this old office building. The main elevators are modernized, but not the Dover ones. I don't think that guy should be on the sidewalk. But I wanted to go in there for a while. I heard there's a Dover elevator in there. However, when I got to the parking elevator, I saw what looks to be a new call button. But if any of you plan to film that elevator inside, don't let that call button fool you, because inside are original Dover fixtures, but it looks like the cab was redone. So maybe I'll have that video up by the time you see this. I have a lot of elevator videos in my backlog for those that like old stuff, or even or elevator enthusiasts like me. Anyway, I've been kind of going around the place past 2.5 hours. I went to film an elevator in North York. Well, not too far from North York, actually, at Avenue and Lawrence. There's an old Dover. And then I went down to Yonge and Eglinton to see if I could find anything I missed. It turns out, yeah, got everything. So then I wanted to film some bus rides. Actually, prior to that, I did film one along the 52, but it was a last-minute one as an Orion 7 came, and it was better than having to ride on a friggin' Nova bus. And then on the way down here, I went on the 56 and filmed a ride. And recently, the bus bays at Donland Station opened up, and then I just took the subway down here, grabbed a snack at Timmy's, and filmed an elevator. And now I'm here. It's just before 3 p.m. on Thursday, May the 25th, 2023, and traffic is already starting to build up here on Bloor Street West. Well, we're still on Bloor Street East, but once we cross Yonge Street up ahead, it'll turn into Bloor Street West. And this here on the right used to be the old Hudson's Bay department store. Used to be the flagship location. Opened in 1972 or 73, 74. But closed last year. For those of you that have been watching my videos for a really long time, you guys may remember that I used to be very fascinated with this store. It was completely original in there, except for the elevators. But I had a lot of childhood memories inside this store. I love the old school look and how vintage it was. It was very quiet, and yeah, I did a lot of videos before its closing last year. So if you want to check my channel for that, you can do so. But we still have a shopping concourse beneath the closed department store that connects to the old Cumberland Terrace and Bloor Yonge Station, which is of course the busiest in the city. And here we are at Yonge Street. I think after this, I'm gonna head home because there's like nothing else for me to do. So
it's been a really unfortunate.
It's a really nice day outside, even though it was slightly chilly. It's probably 16, but it's fair enough. Oh my god, it sounds like shit here. And One Bloor West is rising up well. Soon to be one of the tallest skyscrapers in the country. Now we're in a retail stretch. Some locals call it as the McMile. We're in Yorkville because of its huge amount of designer shops, very expensive stuff. Also, there's a lot of restaurants and residential units, at least even north of here. But construction is everywhere you go. I did a walking video on Was it 2 or 3 Saturday nights ago? But it was mostly on the residential streets, and then to like Cumberland, Bel Air, a couple others. But you can see that a lot of things have changed. But lots of offices here as well. And again, there are a couple shopping malls beneath. There's, again, Cumberland Terrace, Holt Renfrew Center, and the Manulife Center. Also, you're literally like a freaking 30-second walk away from Bay subway station, which is coming up. Can't get a break from all the loudness here in TO, especially along Bloor, which is one of the busiest streets here in the city, but it's also quite long, endless, as it cuts from like Scarborough in the east and all the way to Etobicoke, Mississauga in the west. Though the eastern half is actually Danforth Avenue, but that begins like at Broadview. And here's Bay Street. I'm not gonna take a chance. So we're gonna cross over to the other side. Yesterday I kind of gave myself I was curious. I was here like half an hour ago, just scouting around the area and see if I missed any. Oh, he's playing Pink Floyd. I didn't even realize that. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted from them. Doesn't sound like the original, the actual version, but I think this intersection used to have a scramble crossing, but I don't remember ever seeing one here. But from other locals and other like people I've watched, there was a scramble crossing here. So, and now we're going to be passing a lot of well-known designer shops that we're too freaking broke for. Well, summer is unofficially here in the city. Everything is pretty much alive, and this weekend is going to be a great one, as it's Doors Open weekend, where a lot of cultural, private, and historical sites around the city will be open for free. I take part in that every weekend because there's always something interesting. So Saturday, the McCowan Car House and the Danforth Garage, respectively, will be open. So you know how much I get excited over transit-related things. So me and my friend Yaya are gonna go there, and then maybe later I could also do that on Sunday too. But maybe I'll head up the observation deck at City Hall for only the 3rd time, I think, and maybe I'll head up the TD Tower on the 54th floor. There's more of Yorkville. I don't know if I'm going to end this at St. George Street or Spadina. We'll see. Also, I'm deciding if I should go to Markham tomorrow, because there's this model train store that I used to go to a lot when I was a kid. It's just near, it's a bit near Warden and Steeles, but I got to take a YRT to get there. So at least it's going to be there might be a YRT video, hopefully. And then that part of the town where that model train store, there's a lot of offices, and they could have some vintage elevators, so I might be scouting that area. And I might, and I think I'm going to film some walking videos as well. Sure, I know some people aren't too fan of the suburbs because it's boring, but no, I don't think any suburban industrial neighborhoods or districts are boring. I've always been fascinated by them. There's Esna Park Drive, Denison, Woodbine. There's Prada, Cartier. And we're coming up to Avenue Road. Thanks to the guy playing on the guitar. I lost my train of thought, but now I got it. So again, yesterday I gave myself a day off from filming. I spent it with my mom instead because she's off work. We went to Panter's Original Deli, which is a Jewish delicatessen that sells Montreal smoked meats. That looks nice. And a couple other good things. It was our second time there. It did not disappoint. And then we went to the Ontario Science Center. It was my first time there since 2017. And I still filmed 2 elevator videos and like 1 other video of this rolling ball machine that I was instantly focused on all my times going to the Science Center. However, since we arrived at 2, and we only had like 2 hours to do everything, but we pretty much saw everything in a flash. So it was still worth it. It was good going there, but the future is pretty much in question because of our stupid fucking government. They want to move the Science Center, a place of memories and fun, down to the waterfront. I've already talked a lot about that in other videos and ranted about that, so there's Church of the Redeemer. And there's the Royal Ontario Museum, which I haven't been since 2018. There's a lot to see in there. It's actually one of my favorite museums, like, that I ever went. Even though I've been to like other museums in Ottawa and Montreal, and I think there's another one I went. I can't remember, but the ROM, it's a must see. It's a must visit. We're gonna stay on the south side here. And then maybe at St. George Street, I'll cross over to the north side and keep going until I hit Spadina. And then I'll call the video. North side has changed a lot. There was there still is a McDonald's, but I saw in images that the McDonald's there, before the condos were even built, it was so huge. And this crystal design was famously made by Michael Lee Chin. And this area, this part of town, actually, we might be next to the University of Toronto St. George campus. And that is where, and that's pretty much where I go to school, not. Well, unless you're close with me, but got a lot of studying done in this area, especially at Robarts, and sometimes I would head to the nearby Tim Hortons or McDonald's, grab a bite. But the campus itself, it's nice, but it's convoluted. There's still so much construction. I mean, sure, like a lot of its buildings are nice, but after going to the Scarborough campus, I kind of prefer that a lot more over downtown. I haven't even been to the Mississauga one, but it's hella far. No way, I don't think I'm going to be going there. And there's an interesting path full of trees and whatever wildlife you'll see. Here's Philosopher's Walk. You know something? It's 16 Celsius and I haven't even seen a single squirrel yet. All day. Probably more down there, but don't see any. And there's the Royal Conservatory of Music on the left, but it's unaffiliated with U of T. Yeah, maybe I'll take this to Spadina instead. And there's Varsity Stadium, which is home of U of T's football team, the Blues. And that's up right there. And during the warmer months, there'd be a dome up, but I don't think there is one yet. Or maybe. Or not. Those are just like tarmacs or something. Oh, and there's the big ass brutalist building. A lot of people say it's ugly. I would call it funky though. I've been there a lot of times, but also some people say it looks like a prison. Yeah, from this far distance you see like small windows and stuff. Probably gonna give you like South Detention Center vibes. At least for the exterior, probably other prisons, but no, it's a library. It's very nice inside, very quiet. I've done a lot of videos there. And St. George Station is up there. This building has some modernized Otis elevators. I mean, it's not a bad mod. At least they kept the original indicator up at the Ontario Institute for Studies and Education, or the OISE. And this place is empty again. School's closed for me, among other university students, so let's see if we can get a good thumbnail, maybe not from here. Oh, he's hauling ass. And there's another nice little building right there. And they also have beautiful elevators, which have been modernized, but they're still nice. They're still quite nice. And they still have the old autotronic panels, so it's quite fascinating to see. There's not many there's not so many autotronic elevators left. At least I don't know anywhere else in the city that has a couple. But at least the modernized ones, they still kept it somewhat vintage. Like at Canada Square, Yonge and Eglinton, and of course in this building, and a couple others as well. But the latest actual autotronic elevator I've been on was at the Rand building in Buffalo, New York. I'm going to be publishing that video next week. Here is St. George Street. So again, this place is bustling with students, at least during the fall and winter semesters. But there's also some summer students here as well. Some memories when I would get out of the library at afternoon rush hour, and okay, he's going really fast, but did a dangerous move. And there's the western exits to St. George Station, which you can connect to both lines 1 and 2. Although on Bloor Yonge, you basically can connect to the eastern side of line 1. And then here at St. George and at Spadina, you can connect to the western side of line 1, which is where I'm going to be heading up after this. And there's a couple of residences around here as well. I think in this building, and probably that one as well. Holy fuck, it's warm. Got my sweater like full on zipped. It's one of these days where I gotta alternate between friggin' pants and long pants and shorts. Oh, never seen this before. Oh, it's a city sightseeing bus. But it's got a wrap on. And here's Huron Street. So now we're in the Annex neighborhood. Nice old homes here. Huron Street's another street I could film a video on. And just like that, we're almost at Spadina. sightseeing bus is gonna make a right on Spadina, ahead near like DuPont or Davenport, because that's where the Casa Loma is, or as I call it, the castle, because it is a castle. Oh, look at this view. Okay, that's a much better thumbnail. Even though I'm not walking in that direction, you got the owl on top. They've been doing a lot of things in this. Whoa, they've done a whole ton of damage here. Student residence here on the right. I've never been in this building before. And here's Spadina, so not too far to the south of here is Chinatown. That's like a 10-15 minute walk away, or it's much shorter if you do take the 510 streetcar. But it's getting busy up ahead. Probably a lot of people are going to start heading home now, including myself. Here's a dog just peeked inside the wine rack. Oh, and now they're heading in. Oh, second cup sucks. I didn't know this one will close. And then look, there's a Birchmount bus. That is obviously heading to Ossington Station to start its run on the 94, because the 94 is a Birchmount route. That's how far west Birchmount buses go, at least during the daytime. And from this point, I think I'm gonna head up to that entrance there, and I'll start heading home. Here we are at Spadina Station. Here comes a OG diesel, soon to be retired. 7909, I've been on that unit before. 127 is a Queensway route, formerly Mount Dennis. I don't really mind this, but I think Mount Dennis should have been better. So let's watch him go in. Or it's a she, actually. And more interesting homes up Spadina. But we're gonna wrap it up here, so thank you all for watching yet another one of my walking videos around the city. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for more videos, check my others as well. And if you're in Southern Ontario like me, enjoy this beautiful weather. We're gonna be getting a lot more of these days throughout the rest of the month, and then into June. Summer is almost here. Cannot wait for that. So more videos to come. Stay safe and take care. Bye-bye, y'all. Peace out.